I just want us to be clear about the provision ahead of us, in front of us right now. There are plenty of things that seek permitting, that need a permit, whether it's solar energy, wind energy, gas, oil. If you want to construct something big, you need to go through a process of review to seek a permit. This bill says to oil and gas, to fossil fuel companies and fossil fuel companies only, you can pay money when healthcare experts, environmental experts are saying, if you place a pipeline here through this community, people will get cancer, people could get reproductive cancers, people could be poisoned, people could be exposed to mercury, lead, there could be grave health and environmental factors, and an oil and gas company can pay $10 million to waive all of that away to be deemed, quote, in the public interest. Even if that pipeline is not shown to increase, to lower energy costs, even if that pipeline is shown to increase health or environmental risk factors. And what this amendment does, the only thing this amendment is asking us to do is to say, can the Inspector General, the watchdog of the Department of Energy, certify that corruption risks are not increasing to jeopardize the integrity of the permitting process? This amendment isn't even changing that underlying very disturbing provision. This is saying, can we certify that there's not a risk of corruption here? And I'm finding that the opposition to this is not really being stated. Additionally, I think also to the ranking member's point, in just the fact of paying $10 million makes it automatically in the public interest alone. And what happens when that $10 million in the public interest then starts to run up against real environmental, health, and other risk factors? Which public interest prevails? The check? And I want to, I'm interested in the ranking member's thoughts in reading these provisions on the bill, so I'm happy to yield to you if you have any thoughts on that, Mr. Pallone.
Well, it literally says, I mean, I've never heard anything like it, it's so outrageous, that the non-refundable charge shall be deemed in the public interest. So I don't know how you can read that other than to say that actually paying the fee satisfies the public interest criteria. So I've never seen that in any piece of legislation in my life where, in other words, what they're saying is it's in the public interest for you to pay. It's in the public interest for you to give us $1 million. So, that's the public interest.
So will the ranking member yield back? So we're hearing here right now that this bill has carved out a specific industry, not anyone seeking permitting reform, a specific industry, just oil and gas, to just pay to bypass all of the guardrails, all of the safety, all of any of the rules and guidelines to cite anything responsibly. And you can just pay money to bypass any concerns around health risks, and for some reason there's no corruption risk there. I mean, I spent 6 years on the oversight committee taking on corporate corruption, taking on governmental corruption, including on a bipartisan basis. I too have never seen anything like this, ever. I sat on the Natural Resources Committee, saw and heard testimony from tons of people, whether it's from mining, whether it's from any other kinds of exposures, kids with developmental disabilities that can never be recovered. And all we are asking for is a certification that risks of corruption will not increase from the Inspector General under the Trump administration's own Department of Energy. That's the only thing that's up here today. Thank you, and I yield back.
I yield back.